All right, everybody, I'm going to do my second take on the resin clocks. I really love doing these now. This will be my fifth one. I have discovered a game changer, and that is to do it in two parts. And I had done a clock. I don't want to show it right now because it is for a gift, but I did a clock with chickens. And what I did with the clock is I mixed my resin and put clear, and then put my chicken pieces and my flowers in the clear. And I only filled it up about a quarter. And then I let it sit overnight. And then I also put flowers in. So I've got these little flowers right here. And I'm going to do that for this. And this theme is going to be with the butterflies. So I've got these little butterflies, and then I'm going to put some something cool too at the bottom. These little rocks are glass. I'm not sure what they are. Colored rocks, like I did with my chicken one, and it turned out amazing. So I'm going to mix equal parts. This is by volume, not weight. So this is the amazing Aluminite clear cast epoxy. And this is one of my favorite epoxies. It dries very fast. So I'm going to fill up both these cups. These are just like little takeout cups. You can buy them pretty much anywhere. Walmart, Sam's Club. And then I'm just going to mix them both in a bigger cup. So I've got my gloves on. I've got baby wipes. Gotta have the baby wipes. Gotta have the gloves. I've got my tweezers. I've got my alcohol spray. That is my #1 go-to for getting bubbles out. I hardly use any heat anymore. I used to use heat gun, but then it kind of wrecks your molds. Found out a lot of my bookmark molds started warping, so kind of stopped doing that. So I just basically use alcohol, and this epoxy Aluminite amazing clear cast epoxy is the best. I feel that, and I have one other one that I use. But anyways, we're going to make this quick because I'm just going to do the first part, and then we'll do the second part tomorrow. I let mine dry a full 24 hours before I even mess with them. And you're also going to need your little popsicle stick to get everything out of the here. But I actually have throwaway knives. I get so many of these from takeout that we never ever use them. So I just cleaned out my drawer, and I said this would be perfect. I do not have to wash the plastic I usually wash these. I have a ton of these that come with just about every order. However, they're hard to clean. So I'm just going to use this so I can throw it away. I'm pretty much tired of cleaning stuff, so if I can throw something away, I'm going to throw it away. So this should be enough to clear, just to hit the bottom, just to get the stuff to stay down. So you'll be able to see it. If you mix this in with any colored resin, these butterflies, you're not going to be able to see them. I have done that before. My first butterfly clock did not turn out at all. I ended up putting purple in after I put down this, and I didn't wait 24 hours, and I didn't put a clear coat to begin with. So that was it still turned out good, but it's not what I had envisioned. I want it to look really beautiful because this is for my mom for Christmas. She loves butterflies. The chicken I made was for my aunt on my husband's side, and I kind of adopted her. She's a really cool lady. She's actually one of my #1 customers. She's probably watching right now because she watches my videos. But I didn't want to show the Christmas gift I'm giving her, but it is very beautiful. I just cannot wait till I send it. I have to ship it out. I'll probably do it before Christmas because shipping, I heard, was slow lately. So here's my spinner. I use this on low so it doesn't cause a lot of bubbles. It has at the top, you can spin it faster. And then you can also go in reverse. Right now I'm just going to spin it for 3 minutes and then I will get back to you. And this is just going to be all we do, and then we're going to add our little embellishments. And this is plenty. This is almost almost half full, honestly. Probably added too much, quite honestly. Alright, go ahead and spray a little bit of alcohol. Get the bubbles to come to the surface before I start putting my little embellishments in. So to start off with, I'm going to make a little border at the bottom with these little rocks. Alright, make sure I don't get any there here. So I'm going to just take little tweezers, just find some pretty colors, mix them up. So there's a green. Ooh, purple. That's going to be pretty. Purple. I'm just going to keep adding these. I also want some plain old browns. I would do this with my fingers, but I know what's going to happen. I'm going to end up, these tweezers aren't working, and getting it on my hands. And for this, you want to face down the pretty part, face down. So like if you look at this, it has this side and this side. You can, I guess, decide this kind of reflective. Either side's pretty. Kind of decide which side you want, but I feel like this one should go that way. I'm not going to add a whole lot because I'm going to add some more flowers and stuff, and I don't want to cover up my flowers on my butterflies. So with the flowers I found out I did something wrong. So I had put down the little green stems first and then the flowers. Well, since this is upside down, you're going to want to put the flowers first and the stem behind it. So my stem ended up being in a couple of them. It didn't look bad, but to me, I should see everything. Like, I'm my worst critic. Most of us artists are. Some people may not even see what happened there, but I did. So the little green stem was covered the flowers. So I'm going to put down the flower first. So remember, it's face down. So the pretty side is down, because this is the front of the clock. So when we flip it, it'll be the front. It's always been hard for me to understand that, but for this you're going to know, because the clock face goes in. You can't put the clock face that way. So these come with clock faces. You'll see, if you watch my other video, you'll see that if you want to watch that one first. All right. So here's a one flower. And I want mostly butterflies, but I'm going to put the flowers at the bottom. And then my little leaves. And I get all these on Amazon, these fake flowers. You can use real ones. You're just going to have to dry them first. There's several different videos on how to make that work. So that's going to look pretty. There we go. Kind of push it down. Not too much because I don't want to break them. And let's see, let's get a different one. So that one's purple. Let's try a, ooh, this one's kind of pretty. Let's do these little roses. I almost need 2 tweezers. Get that one out. That shouldn't be there. Oh, he fell at the bottom. Might have to stay there. It'll look like grass, I guess. No, I'm going to take it out. I don't like that. Oh, there we go. All right. And see, what I'm going to try to do is have the butterflies on top of the flowers. Put another rock in there. And I'm going to have one in between. So let me get one of the butterflies. And you can shove stuff in the corners, it's fine. It doesn't have to be straight. It kind of gives it a cool effect. Like it's sitting on the side of the clock. This is going to be so cool. Let's see. Get another little flower. And little stem. Blend them together. And sometimes you'll get flowers that break and you can just sit them in the side. Now this is a beautiful one. So see how it's got 2 sides? White and purple. I'm going to put the purple down. We'll put that one on top. I have this little kit here. I put all my little sequins in. So I've got these butterflies right here. But you are going to have to put them face down. So there are some silver ones. And blue ones and purple ones. And so I'm going to go ahead and start putting some in. There's a pretty blue one. I just have to make sure I get it upside down. Put that at the top. And I always wipe off this right away. And there's a butterfly right there. Push it down. Put it up here so I can turn it around better. Me and tweezers don't get along, as you can tell. So I need to use 2. I had some silicone or plastic ones that I like better. They clean better, but I don't know where they're at right now. And I cleaned everything the other day. So these are going to be cool. These are going to be just laying all over the place. I really, really like this. I'm trying to get different colors. We got green, blue, pink, purple. If I find out where I got these, I'll let you know. But I have no idea at this time. I get a lot of this stuff at Michael's. And I've got some gold foil and stuff I could use. But I don't want to take away from what I'm trying to accomplish here. And that is to see the butterflies. So sometimes, like my husband said, less is more. So I have done where I put way too much stuff in and it turned out terrible. So put the butterflies at the bottom. And I'll find a small butterfly for the top of the stickers. So I'm going to put this one up top. Or not. They're just sticking. And it's okay if it goes to the side. Let's spray a little alcohol, get the bubbles to rise. This is going to be beautiful. So you just have a little bit of rocks. Push these down as they pop up. And try it one more time. Gotta hold them down a little bit. Feel like I need a little flower. Let's see. And I also have these little butterflies. I can sprinkle some of them in there. These are just little sequins I get from MICA's, little butterflies. I don't want to put too much. So they look like little mini butterflies flying around the flowers. Sound like the happy painter. It's been a long day. Very, very long day. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning or 1:30. I don't even know at this point. I was working on Christmas presents earlier. Well, this is actually a Christmas present too. But I'm doing videos as I go. Hopefully nobody that's on my Christmas list is going to watch these videos before Christmas. But of course, some of them I am give them before Christmas just for the fact that they're ornaments. And why give it to them at Christmas when Christmas will be over and the tree will be taken down? So I always give my ornaments early. Not always, but I'm trying to mostly give them early this year. But every year my family gets new ornaments. And I also make a bunch for my store. I'm at the Rusty Rails in Farmville, North Carolina. This little joker is probably going to come out because he's not staying. So I'm going to take that one out. And I'll just put some more of these in there at the top. Get different colors. Yep, Rusty Rails in Farmville. I have a 10 by 10 spot. They're open every single day of the week, 10 to 6. And on Saturday nights, they have an auction. So that is in Farmville, North Carolina. And most of the side shops are closed during the auction, except mine is next to the auction and a few others. So you're allowed to shop at mine at night. Past 6 o'clock on Saturdays. And I actually got a sale the other night of 4 bookmarks, and it was at 8:30 at night, and I was really pleased because I have this really cool app on my phone that they use. I love it. All vendors should go to that. And I think I'm going to stop here because I do not want to take too much and do too much to it to where you can't see everything. And I'll have this little half a flower. I might just throw this in here and just put it on the side behind the little butterflies. And I'll match that side. And this joker's coming up too. All right. I'm just going to watch him. If he keeps coming up, I'm going to have to take it out. I got an idea how about I put a butterfly behind it and hold it down. One of those hard ones. That's not good. All right. Flip it around. Also, I've got these awesome markers. I will show you when we do this tomorrow. Or the next day, after everything dries, I'll be using these cool markers. These are little gold leaves. I don't know if you can see them. A couple in there, brighten it up. I'm just going to use a spoon. These are gold leaves. I get these at Michael's. They only had one left the other day, and I wasn't completely out, but I went ahead and got them because they're literally my favorite. I use them for almost everything. But I'm only going to put a couple at the bottom here in the stems. This is going to be beautiful. That butterfly wants to come up too. So hopefully it'll stay down while everything dries. It's not coming to the top of the mold, so we're good. All right, I'll see you when I add the back tomorrow. All right, we are back to fill in the back of the clock. It's been over 24 hours. I've already went ahead and mixed my epoxy because it takes so long. I mixed it for exactly 3 minutes. And these, I put A and B, 100 millimeter, 100 millimeter. So I'm going to put this to the side. And I said I was going to do a lavender, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So this is kind of a darker, it's called ROLI. I'm not even trying to pronounce that pigment. It is very fine. I love these and they go a long way. I've had them forever. I've got a whole set of them. And then I've got the silver because that's going to be too dark. Actually, I should say it's a white pigment, but it looks almost silver. It has shimmery. The mica powder is pretty shimmery. And it's very fine. It's so fine it kind of blows away if you breathe on it the wrong way. There's the purple. So I've got my little spoon. So I'm going to put the purple first. And this has been sitting for about a minute or two. I'm just going to put a little bit at a time. I may not even have to use the white. Yeah, I think I will because this is dark. Look at those beautiful colors. And my butterfly did pop up, so I end up having to trim the top of it off. I didn't want to show that on camera. I did that before when I noticed it last night, that was just completely stuck up. So I just cut the tip of it, so it's kind of hanging on the side. Mix it real well. So I'm going to have to use, I mean, it is pretty thin. I'm still going to use a little white, I think. See what kind of effect that gives it. So I want to be able to see through the, the butterflies. So I don't want it too dark. Just a little bit of white, not much at all. That's it. I got these little spoons from, I used to can, I should say, I used to make strawberry jams, and I got this set with the little bitty jars, and it came with all these spoons. And I was trying to sell my jam, however, the place I was in said I couldn't because I had to have a license. And if you have any cats in your house, they're going to deny you, so I just gave up on it, and I just make it for the house. Or give it for gifts. I haven't made any in a while, but I love the little spoons. I have a ton of them. And these you can actually reuse. I like them for doing the mica powders. I hope this is going to be dark enough, but not too dark. It looks a little clear to me. almost think I need a little bit more purple. It is a lot of resin, so I'll try a little bit more purple. I mean, very little. And everything I use, I'll put in a link to the descriptions. I am an Amazon affiliate, so if you purchase something from me, I may get a small commission. Sold 5 items, and I've only made $2. But it helps. Anything helps. But it is a lot of work putting in all them links. So if you don't want to support me that way, you can buy me coffee. I do have a link for that to help keep my channel alive, so I can buy more supplies. And please share, like, even if you just do that. I do have to get 500 subscribers to get monetized. I've only got about 36. And I see people, like, I have 40 some views all the time, but nobody subscribes. And I don't know if it's they don't like what I have, but I mean, all you do is get an email when there's new content. So I have a lot of places I subscribe to that I really like. There's one I follow. She does like the vinyl cameo silhouette. She's really good. There's one I do that does really beautiful card making. I'm actually gonna, that's probably gonna be one of my next videos. I'm gonna make some gift card holders that I've made in the past, but this time I'm gonna do Christmas. So that may be my next video. It still looks really clear. I'm not sure why, but I'm just gonna wing it. I'm just gonna put this all in there and hopefully hope for the best. So here we go. Oh yeah. Hopefully this is enough. And I also noticed on these clocks, so I made 5. I think 5 already. Or this is my 5th one. And I had to sand the back of them because they are very sharp. So I don't know if I'm filling them too high or not filling them enough. You can only fill them so far because you don't want to cover this hole because of the clock face. So I'm just going to go up to the clock face circle where the clock face goes into. It will actually go into the front of the clock. This is actually the back of the clock. That's why I'm covering it in a solid color so you can see the front. So I'm just going to put it a little bit higher than normal so I don't get those ridges. I may still get them, but look, I used, that's exactly 100 milliliters. I used just about every bit of this. So that's cool. So this is going to be a quick video on the back of this. And then the next video, or end of the video, I'll show you the demolding, which I cannot wait. So I'm going to do my normal, keep checking it, put alcohol spray on it, clean up, and you don't need to watch all that. So let's pray this turns out pretty for my mom for Christmas. And I used every bit of that. And I know originally I said it was about a quarter full when I put in the clear. It was actually more like 1/3 full after I looked at it. It wasn't quite, or no, I said it was about a half full. And I was trying to do a quarter full, and it looked like it was a half when I had poured it. But when it dried, it was actually looks like it was only about 1/3. So I'm not sure honestly how much this takes. You'll have to. I heard you can put water in or measure it by water, by rice. I'm not good at doing that. I just wing it honestly, and if I have any extra, I'll just make something with it. But this is probably the fullest I've done one of these clocks. It does look more rounder, honestly, but I haven't been filling them all the way to the top. That might actually help with the face to be more secure, because I noticed one of my faces were falling out. So it has to, you'll see it when if you haven't seen my other video, you'll see it when I put the face in on this one after we demold it, which won't be till tomorrow. So thank you for watching and happy crafting, and next time we will demold this. All right, I'm super excited to demold this. I did put it under the Let's Resin curing machine, so it hasn't quite been 24 hours, so wish me luck. I usually don't demold that quick, but I've got too many videos to knock out. I'm going to go ahead and demold this. Got a little sharp edge right there, over fillage, I guess. I'm so excited. Oh boy. All right. Before I turn it over, get my little knife here, which is good that this ain't completely dry. Hopefully by Christmas it'll be dry, so I can cut this off pretty good. One thing too is I'd rather just air dry it than use the curing machine. I didn't use it on that long, but for some reason it started bubbling. And what I read is that it maybe not got all the bubbles come up to the surface, but I like doing it naturally. Curing machine's good for something you need real fast. Just don't put it on for 3 hours, is my opinion, is what I thought. Because I did that one time and there was a big bubble in my project. Man, I'm so excited. Let me clean this up real quick. A little piece right there. Luckily this is the back. I still don't want, you know, my mom to cut her fingers on it. It's still a little bit sharp like the other one, so I guess filling it all the way completely doesn't make a difference. So here we go. Do I show you first or myself? Ooh, pretty. Look at that. Flowers in the back. In the front, little butterfly sticking out. I could have done it a little bit lighter, I think, for the purple, but otherwise it's very pretty. I like the butterfly right there and the flowers, and it looks actually 3D, the way the flowers and the butterflies, some are at the top and some are at the bottom. There's a flower right here in the center. Very, very pretty. Now, I'm going to show you how to put the clock face on. So I'm deciding between silver and gold. So there, that would be the silver. I don't have these, they come with these 3 little metal pieces. And if you look at my other video, I'll also show you how to put that in. It took me a while. I had to do some research when I first did my first one. So this is my second video, but my 5th, I believe it's my 5th clock. So it's either that or the gold. And I'm thinking the silver. Brighten it up a little bit. And then what I'll do is I'll take the chrome markers. I absolutely love these. Like, I have been looking everywhere and I finally found them. And you're supposed to shake them up and then push down on some paper, which I've already done that because I just used this today for an ornament, the outside of an ornament, and it's super beautiful. So here I'll just take this, and the point in here works perfectly for in the side this. So what I'm going to do is get my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, Goodness gracious. It's been a long day. And just put it right here in the grooves. Just use the little point of the marker. And there's 3 grooves, so I do all 3. This will actually brighten it up. Get the sides. One reason I put the face in so I can hold it like this. So I'll get the marker on my hand. Push in. And I'm going to do the bottom. So this one doesn't go all the way across, it just goes from here to here. This one goes all the way across, so it's 2 lines by the feet, 1 line across, 2 lines at the top of there. And I did on the other ones put a little line across here, like this, and 1 under. Now, the first one I did in the mold, I took mica powder and put it through here. But it was really hard to get inside these little grooves, so this I love better. And it also kind of bled into each other, so I didn't really like that. Try not to get it on my hands. Yeah, it's looking better now. I think I did the paint. I know I did the mica powder too dark. It just looked thin when I was mixing it. And you can go through this twice just to get it once the chrome dries. You can do it again. Select the top. I want to get it little mist spots. A good idea to have a Q-tip to wipe off if you went over into the other part of the clock, like I think I just did. I don't have the best eyes. For seeing up close anyway. All right. can make a thicker line by laying it flat. There's a point is what I've been using for inside of here, but for the here I can use the flat, the whole flat side. Just go across, and it does give it more detail. Yeah, I like that better. And this is only my second time doing this, I believe. I think because I just got these markers, I could not find any that were amazing like these. They show up very well. They go on right, like a lot of them I've tried, you can't see them, the ink. All right. So not to make this video any longer, I'm gonna go ahead and put the clock face in. So like I said, I'm gonna use a silver, but you can get silver and gold. When they come with it, I think the mold, you get, I think, one of each or two of each, I'm not sure. But you can order additional, so you don't have to keep ordering the mold. You can order additional, which I did. I ordered 6, 3, and 3. And I've already used most of the gold, so that's one reason I'm trying to do the silver. But oh my goodness. Oh, I like the way the butterfly is sticking out right up here. So for this, you have to pull back on the bottom to get to put the battery in. I'm sorry. You have to lift up. So for this, you have to pull up, not pull back. So pull up. This is how you change the time. When you put the battery in, I'm gonna have to go get one real quick. You have to put the plus in first. For some reason, they make these so tight, you can barely get the batteries in. Now, I do have a battery in here, so give me 1 second. All right, so I've got the batteries. These take AAA. They're little Amazon batteries. My husband buys these in bulk, and we use them all the time. So the plus side. All right, so plus side first, and you have to push tight. This one actually wasn't that bad. And when you leave this open, you have to put one of these pegs in. So there's a flat piece and a pointy curly piece. So put the flat piece in and face it out, not in towards the battery. Put the battery pack back on. So you have to cover that. So this is important. This is the part I did not know. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and set the time before I put that in. Actually, I'll wait because I have no idea what time it is right now. So then there's two little grooves here at the top. So here's the battery. So here, and then here, and here. So right above where you turn the clock, and here. I don't know what that's for. Don't use that. So left, right, bottom, middle. So the flat piece, point down, flat piece, this is how it looks. So you can do the flat piece, so it looks like that goes down. Into this hole. Oops. You can hear it ticking. All right. So that's the bottom. Then you face it in this way. They're a little tricky. I don't know why, but they are. All right. That one came out. All right, so one of them came out. So let's try this again. Oh, the one that was under the battery came out. So lift up on the battery. Put that in the groove. Push in and then down. All right. Hopefully that don't come back out. And put the 12 obviously at the top, so it's Roman numerals. So this is the X and the two eyes looking things. If you don't know Roman, I hope you do. Roman numeral, Lord. There we go. Make sure that stays. Now you can still change the time. And I think it is about 2 o'clock in the morning. But there we go. There's the clock. It is all finished. Hopefully she'll like it for Christmas. It'd be good if the power goes out and you need to know what time it is. Your cell phone ain't working. Or just something pretty. So I'm going to clean it up, get some of this stuff off, the extra. I guess I did overfill it, so I guess don't take my recommendation about overfilling it to the rim, because it's still sharp. It's not as sharp though, because I can run my finger across it. So I guess you just have to play with your how much to put in there. And maybe you can peel it off like this. I mean, this is still a little bit not all the way cured. So it's actually easier to clean up the edges this way. I don't like sanding. I did the other one. Oh, also, my first one I sanded. Be very careful about sanding the bottom, because it does not stand properly. So it wobbles because I sanded too much on one side. So be careful with that. I'm here to share with you all my do's and don'ts, so that's sometimes why my content's so long. And I know it probably drives people crazy, because I don't really like long videos either. But if I can learn something from the long videos, I don't mind them. But I will finish this cleaning up. And then I'll take a picture of it, and then I'll put it on the cover of the YouTube video. And I'm already getting ink, so I should have stopped there and let that dry. So a good thing about this, you can go ahead and get this cleaned up with a baby wipe if you do it right away. Otherwise, this is, I believe, high gloss liquid. I want to say it's waterproof or something like that. Yep, it's actually waterproof, not water resistant. Water resistant means so it's permanent. So go ahead and get that off. And I think you could probably use alcohol, but water is supposed to be okay if you use it for stuff that has water. A lot of the girls or guys, whoever does the coasters, they use this around the coasters. So I guess that would why They make it waterproof to help with the, you know, water from the bottom of your cup. So I'm actually about to do that. One of my next projects is make these coasters. I found some that are depth, so when you put your drink in, it doesn't sweat all over your table, because all the ones I've made are flat and they're just sweating all over the table. I don't like it, so I probably won't do those anymore. But I got a bunch of these. I got circles, squares, and the octagon, or I guess this is octagon shape. So I'm going to be doing those. On one of my next videos, I'm going to try to do like the flower. I have not had any success with the flowers where you make it look like a flower with putting the alcohol inks in it. So I might just try mica powders. I saw a video the other day. They just use mica powders instead of the alcohol ink, and then it looked really pretty. So I can't wait to try that out. So there is my mom's clock. I hope she likes it. I really like that butterfly and that one up there, the flowers and the roses. And I love the rocks scene down here. I would love to do the whole clock like that. The rocks I got were from Hobby Lobby, and they're probably, hopefully they're cheaper somewhere else, because I want to make something else with them. So I'm kind of using them sparingly right now. All right, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day or night, whatever time it is in your place.